Hey everyone, and welcome back to Rochester. We're moving right along in the fourth round of Swiss here. This is Tim here with you.
This is Jeremy.
I'm Chris.
And Brandon.
Got the squad deep, and we're, like I said, in the second game of round 4. We got Aaron on the left playing Pālanā Foods, and Patrick on the right playing Max with some maximum punk rock coming down the line.
So Pālanā, all over this regional, and Max was also pretty popular.
Yeah.
There was, I believe, 3?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think they all finished pretty well, though. So
Max
towards
Max
the top.
did well. Max did well, because Patrick finished well, and Dean also had Max, and he finished well.
Yeah.
Well, he finished second after Swiss.
Yeah.
So as Pālanā, sitting there against Max, I would be thinking, okay, a lot of Pālanā are splashing at least one Crisium. You got to hit that early, or you got to defend HQ, because most of these Max decks go on the
Apocalypse.
Siphon,
Siphon,
followed by
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse
Yep.
plan.
Yep.
Which could be just so abrasive for Pālanā because it's very bursty econ. You know, it's different than playing a food coast where you could recover pretty easily from a siphon.
Yep.
If you get hit and you're not drawing into cheaper, if you're not hitting your hedge
Celebrity
funds,
gifts and
or celebrity gifts,
back up.
it's pretty rough.
That's true.
But it is, as long as his ID stays on, it is a credit of return guaranteed.
Yeah, that's
until
true.
he
It's
runs
exactly.
through that deck.
It's a free pad campaign that you can't trash.
Yeah.
Not bad.
All right, let's see how it starts.
I keep calling it Jinteki ETF.
Yeah. It's like the standard Jinteki ID you build from if you don't have like a specific plan. You're just like, I'd like to score agendas, I suppose.
Oh, and he heeds our advice.
Yeah.
He clearly has.
Count safe. Oh, wait, we see a wireless net pavilion in there, it looked like.
Ooh.
So I think we're seeing some DLR going down.
Wow, what a throwback. I mean, it's still strong.
Yeah.
The only reason people stopped playing it was DLR got marked as unique, but it's if you're siphoning them, it's still a
Yeah,
pain.
exactly. Like, wireless net being non-unique made it just oppressive. It's still a good deck with it being unique, I think.
Was
Absolutely.
Josh B on the
Josh
table?
B, he's
I'm a big proponent of tagging, and I'm not tagging, I'm milling in general.
Yeah.
Just because it changes the flow of the game.
Exactly.
You're putting the corp into a game that they did not expect to be in.
Yeah. Wow, that is a tasty looking hand.
Jeez. Okay, so now we see another reason for double ice
Yeah.
on HQ.
Woof. Not even a snare to like scare them off.
No, that's like, this is all stuff you want, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're going
here's
past
the
the key
key.
straight away. Get the keyholes
Jeez.
going.
This is gonna be
So
brutal.
4 clicks of keyholing, most likely, because he didn't see Jackson in hand. Nisei.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Well, if you watched the other video of the other match between these two, I feel like the start of this, at least, shows a little bit of revenge for Patrick.
There is justice in this world.
This is brutal.
So that's interesting. Yeah, so he has keyhole. Does the Valve DLR deck, did that usually run keyhole too?
I don't believe it did. I think it was just straight.
So he's kind of got both plans in
Yeah.
there. Is that he can siphon and keyhole, he can throw down some DLRs and start milling cards too. I like it.
He's got the eater keyhole combo
I
going,
like it.
but he's also got DLR going. That's a lot of stuff shoved into a deck, but I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And I mean, that's the thing with Anarch, just has a lot of good cards. So you put them together in a deck and you draw them with Max, and things are pretty good.
Does he zap another? He does.
2.
He's got to go scoop those 4 points.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
get it before Jackson shows up.
Just go get him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
There
there's
he goes.
4 hot points.
All right. And here's the other thing. Having revealed his hand, Max now knows that the only ice he has is pup.
Yes.
So unless he draws into something juicy,
Yeah.
that's
he's
going to be a
got-
leaky
he's got-
R&D.
Yeah.
Got a keyhole ship to ride. Oh boy.
And even if he does draw a juicy piece of ice on R&D, if you run first click as Max, are you really that scared of anything even?
Yeah. But, okay, he did draw the swordsman,
Ah.
which is going to be clutch here because
That
he's
is
probably
true.
banking on being able to
Oh,
recur
yeah,
that.
looks like Assassin went down in R&D.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, glitch there.
And probably the, whatchamacallit in front of it, the swordsman.
Apologies for that.
Assassin Swordsman's a pretty good R&D.
Yeah, that's nothing to laugh
Okay,
at.
so yeah, he sees the ice go up and kind of shifts gears a little bit, gets Fall Guy down.
And he did day job, so with the 5 clicks, it's great.
Yeah, and trashes out. And yeah, this is the game plan. Once you see he's doing DLR, is just make a lot of money, and anytime he tries to set that up, just trash it out.
Yeah.
And so that's having another vector here on the keyhole is actually kind of nice, because the straight DLR decks can just get hosed if you just trash out their DLR stuff.
Yeah.
And so Patrick having this other way he can go is actually pretty nice.
Okay,
Double
same old things
Double
down.
same old thing.
Well, here's the thing. He is still tagged. If
I
I'm
know.
Pālanā sitting on that much money,
Yeah.
I would trash them both.
Same
Absolutely.
old things are gone.
I would too. But he's also right now. He's
Okay,
thinking,
so-
I'm down 4 and I have 2 agendas.
Yeah, and that's
That is
got to
true.
be the Chris.
So you have to, if he
And
spends
and he only has
4,
15 credits.
yeah. So if he spends 4, it leaves him at 11,
Okay.
and so he reses before anything happens in case there's a councilman.
With that drive-by splash.
Yeah.
Oh, and DDoS.
DDoS comes down.
Man.
He's leaving it up, but he's not. So he's getting all these resources up, but he's not using them immediately, which, like we were saying, gives Aaron a chance to just trash things out once he's comfortable.
At the same time, if Aaron's not targeting these things,
Yeah.
I find a really good skill in this game is noticing what your opponent is not. And if you're sitting here going, I'm laying out resources and he not knows my tags, okay, I'm just going to play my normal game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to rush.
Makes sense.
That being said, I find it's also a smart move to kind of hold off and then swoop in and start doing that stuff. To be like, by the way, I think you forgot you were tagged.
Yeah. And Josh B.
Okay, so Josh, he's
Though he's slapping now Josh B, so he might not be as worried about tags right now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the Josh B's the one to go next.
Yeah, I think denying the click is probably most valuable at this point.
I was a little like the same old things I could see floating. There's a siphon in the trash, but he's pretty well defended with that Caprice of
True.
2 ice. But the DDoS is like,
I was
There-
gonna
there it
say,
goes.
Yeah, okay.
there it is. Okay.
The DDoS and the
All right,
Josh B.
there we
Yep.
go.
Woo!
Okay. All right.
all right,
All
guys,
right.
I guess we called it. That's pretty good.
Maybe know a little bit what we're talking about? No. Okay, so we see we got inject, day job, classic Max stuff.
Deja vu for
Nothing out of
Oh,
his
deja
deck.
vu for the deck.
Yeah.
Faust.
the
Okay,
Faust.
so he's on Faust. He had Faust and Eater. Interesting.
that is
Which
very-
actually, that is kind of nice, because I was playing a version of this Max deck, and the big problem you get is if they put a code gate on HQ with Chrysium behind it, you have a really hard time taking care of that. And so having Faust as a way to just, for emergencies, get somewhere where you actually need to access an upgrade is pretty nice.
Plus, obviously, I mean, we're looking at his deck as it comes out on the table, and it's kind of a good stuff Anarch deck more than anything. So
Yeah.
he's just picking
Yeah.
the good effects and working them together.
All killer, no filler.
It's kind of a criminal philosophy.
Yeah, that-
like I'm looking at this deck and it feels kind of criminal-esque, but with Anarch cards.
Ooh, so yeah, okay. Well, I guess, yeah, we knew those agendas were still there.
and the swordsman's
the
there.
Swordsman
Was it a
is not in
second?
front.
is there.
So is it the pup in front of the assassin then?
It might be.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The swordsman could have done some serious work because earlier in the Keyhole he zapped the interns. And normally this Pālanā decks are only running 1 interns.
Oh, and he does have Councilman, it looks like. So that was a good res on the Caprice there. And Paparazzi is up. He's well tagged anyhow. We haven't seen a DLR yet, though, which is one of the key components.
It's been milled.
Oh, I see.
He
It was
did
one of the
mill
max.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
He
and
did
that is
mill one of the DLRs.
one of the which
I
every
wonder
time
if he doesn't have the full DLR package. If
Yeah,
kind
maybe
of
it's just
small
a
package,
couple of 'em,
like
yeah.
a splash.
yeah, like doesn't have all 3 wireless nets or something like
Yeah.
that. Maybe.
That seems a little risky to me.
Yeah.
By throwing the levy in the trash with, your only same old thing out on the board, unless he's got another same old thing in hand.
Yeah, well, he's played
Yeah.
2. He probably has 3 if he's heavy on Siphon.
There's another DLR.
But yeah, if it goes there,
I think he just pulled an Eater into hand.
yeah.
Yeah.
So checking this here, he's got Faust, so he's not too scared. And it's just an Ash.
Ash is actually kind of out of the ordinary for these Pālanā decks.
Yeah, usually they just rely on Caprice and Batty to
Yeah.
win the day.
I wonder, has anyone caught if there are any other Ashes, or is it a one of?
We've only seen one so far. He celebrity gifted it.
It might be. Is there another one in his hand? I thought I might saw one in his hand. I'm trying to stare at his hand too much. I think.
Yeah, trying to like angle my head around the screen
Yeah,
somehow.
I'm leaning over like it's gonna make a difference. That's real smart. Real smart.
Okay, so shoring up here.
And that's where he throws the swordsman. Oh, so he's just... Was that an agenda? No.
Well, we knew there were 2 agendas. He trashed the Ash that we saw.
I wonder if him holding back the swordsman so he could celebrity gift it was
Yeah.
intentional.
Yeah, to let him know it exists.
To let him know that, by the way, I've seen you tossing
Yeah.
Eaters in your garb and you have Faust on the table.
Well, here's the DLR, and now
So
we're
we
gonna
deja
get-
vu.
Yeah, now we're
for
gonna get
it.
something going.
Yeah, now it's just go to DLR town.
But...
I don't...
But
Yeah,
yeah,
just trash
the same old things went down. He's used a lot of deja vu, so unless he has another levy or a way to get to it.
I'm assuming he has one in hand that he threw.
Okay,
that's
he has
a-
he deja vu levies. Okay, so there was the one deja vu left.
But it's throwing him down to 1 credit.
One credit,
That is going to
Yikes.
be
That's
very
rough.
tough.
and a lot of Max's economy needs something up front. You have deja, but that takes 2. The liberated accounts need 6 up front. Siphoning, you need something to get through Caprice now. So
All right.
Yeah, at the same time, that's a lot of unres dice, and I only
Yes.
see 12 credits
That
on the
is
court
true.
board. So I feel like Patrick has to be feeling relatively confident right now, even though he's at 1 credit.
right. And just having Levy the deck back, you're not too nervous about something trashing out or
Exactly.
losing a crucial piece, so you can start running a little more recklessly again, I think.
Yeah.
But there was a little bit there where if he had run without some caution, he could have just blown the game by hitting the last deja vu or something.
Holy crap. And now,
Especially with us knowing that Assassin is one of those unres
Yeah, exactly.
dice.
Yeah, we know
By the way,
Assassin.
Assassin, a piece of ice that I keep forgetting about, and
Until the-
it's
Every
not
time.
good. It's
Every
like,
time.
all right, as long as that's not an archer, and he doesn't have an archer, I'll be fine. They flip the assassin. Oh,
Yeah.
well, thanks.
well, here we see some real forward push from Pālanā, finally an install advance.
Yeah.
And this could turn things around.
Yeah, Pat's only on 1 credit. He'll have cards in hand for Faust, but we think one of those is Swordsman sitting there.
I'm still looking at those 12 credits and a lot of unres dice.
Yeah,
And
that is
honestly,
the thing.
sitting
That's
on
rough.
1 credit, you can't win a Caprice game with
True.
1 credit.
Nope.
Not as the runner, at least.
Right.
No.
So it almost, at this point, you just let him score that agenda and try to do as much damage as you can elsewhere, I think.
But if it's that Nisei, okay. We got
Yeah,
that.
now he's getting some
Yep.
DLR action.
Yep, if you're going to take time to score an agenda, I'm going to sit here and DLR you. So you probably
Ooh,
You
another
probably
reset.
can't score here. I think you probably have to trash the DLR.
Probably. And then, I mean, he's sitting on 2 credits. Worst case scenario is he then day jobs and has some
Oh, no.
momentum.
Okay, he scores out. Oh, it's a corporate
He's trying.
marketing. This gets him the money back.
He's
Yep.
getting economy going.
Yep. You know the game isn't going to end immediately unless he gets really lucky off DLRs. So building for the long game, which is what Pālanā's going to have to do to try to win here.
Yeah, I mean, the money drip is nice, but a Nisei token would have done so much work.
Mm-hmm.
He does have 2 Niseis in hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
I see him next turn. Well,
Yeah, there
9
is-
credits. Not,
I think he also might have put it's corporate sales team. Is that what it's
Yes.
called?
Yes.
I think he put the sales team out possibly as all right, if he does have a trick and he gets
Yeah,
in,
right.
then I'll start
fair.
scoring my Niseis and have
Exactly.
the more powerful
Yep.
stuff waiting.
But what I'm just noticing is that's the second sales team we've seen.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
pretty weird for
To
Pālanā.
run 2?
Normally it runs 1 and 3 Nisei Mark IIs. I wonder if he has a different agenda spread.
It could be.
It also depends on how he plays. I mean,
Yeah, maybe there's a little...
I believe in other casts we've done, not podcasts, other commentaries we've talked about how, I mean, Netrunner is much more personal style than Magic. I find there's a lot more deck flexibility between an archetype than like in a Magic
Yeah.
archetype.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, it's just interesting
and-
because these decks really want to run 3 Nisei Mark IIs, and they
Yes.
normally pad it out with Global Foods and...
Oof.
Oh, that's hurtful.
So he face plants an assassin, but it nets him a global food.
That's brutal.
That's a little rough.
Yeah.
And he's down to 2 credits.
Yeah. This
2
is a
credits
tough
and a
spot.
lot of unres dice.
This is a tough
That's-
spot.
I mean, he probably just goes and picks it up, right? And
Yeah, I would pick it up
Fix his
before.
wounds.
Yeah, and then there's at least another Nisei in hand, so you almost go run into HQ. He can't really res anything as
Yeah.
Pālanā besides
Um,
pups.
make him spend the money for the side games.
Yeah,
why-
just keep betting 0 on HQ. It
It-
looks like that's what he's doing.
And that's...
And he does spend 2.
Oh no, I
Oh,
think he
just
uses
one
one
die.
die for 1 credit. So
I see why he's doing this, but also you got to bank on that remote upgrade being in a Caprice.
yeah,
And I would run there first.
yeah, that's true.
Trash it, or it trashes the one on HQ.
Yeah. So, but
I think the fact is right now the runner has a lot of options and the
Yeah,
court does not.
exactly.
So
he had to spend a lot of money keeping the DLR plan off the table. Because he was at high credit totals for a good chunk of this game.
he was at decent
Yeah,
credit totals
not
for
like
a lot
Pālanā
of this
high.
game. Yeah. I mean, so that much I always try to factor in how much would it cost to res my board right now when I think of how much money I have.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm sitting on 20 credits, but it's going to take 40 to start protecting stuff, then I'm not in a good place, you know? And 15 credits and 6 unres dice, even if they're all pups, it's still... Suddenly all your money's gone.
Yeah. And I know, Pālanā, since you are expecting that drip econ, you play a little higher on the cost of the ice. And so if you get behind, it can be bad news.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, Rainbow. Which I think is actually, in the current metagame, a good call because it's cheap and people are playing Faust anyway, so ice just taxes cards.
Well, it also sucks up your cutlery as well.
Yeah.
Indeed, yeah.
So if you hide it or in front of a like an Ichi or something, you can easily go. All right, you play the knifed or whatever it is, forked, and I'm
like that rainbow.
Yeah,
That's
eat that rainbow.
It's actually a move I hadn't considered. That's a really good move.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it turns out it was Ash in that remote. So it's still good to get rid of it, but he definitely couldn't have leveraged it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of behind the 8 ball here on credits.
And 2 credits on each side, though. This is... I don't think either player probably feels like they're in a particularly strong place.
Right.
I mean, Max still had... Why hasn't he gone and picked up that global food yet?
He just tried,
Okay,
and Aaron was able to get a Jackson on the board in the meantime, though,
That's
which
good.
is...
Yeah, he waited too long.
Yeah. Because at this point, he has the R&D ice up and rezzed, and it's
There's at least that.
There's at least that, so you're not... And the keyhole has been trashed, so you're not going to leak everything off of R&D.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be quite a while to build your scoring remote back and get the money to res everything.
Yeah. It's interesting because we still haven't seen what that upgrade on R&D is because he's been keyholing.
Actually, it was Crisium.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
no, R&D. The HQ one is Crisium. Sorry. Yeah, no, we haven't...
R&D, yeah.
And actually, I think he should have accessed that a ways back, but I think they missed that. Did he see it?
He did see it. He chose not to trash it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
It's the 5 cost of the trash. You hit it and you're just like, oh.
Yeah. On R&D?
No, sorry, not on R&D.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think we've seen the R&D upgrade.
No, we haven't seen the R&D. I don't
Right,
think we've
we
seen the
have
R&D.
not,
I think
no.
it was shown to him, but we didn't see
Okay.
it.
All right. Cool. All right. Is he just going for something here?
I mean, he throws down the
Yeah.
Nisei Mark II.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
7 credits. I mean, it's enough. So take some
7.
gambles on side games.
Yeah. You'll go up to 8 when Max draws.
I mean, the drag is with the Max drawing into cards, that Faust is going to do work on the ice.
Yeah. Well, I think we're still thinking Swordsman is on the scoring remote, though, correct?
Yeah, I
So
believe Swordsman's
it's
up there.
pretty secure.
Oh.
And Crisium is on
That-
HQ, so the Siphon isn't as big a deal as it would normally be, but the DDoS will keep that Swordsman down.
Injecting into that DDoS is huge
Yes.
right now.
Oh, and he chooses to Siphon.
Interesting. Okay.
I guess he's with 2 clicks left, and he knows that's Crisium, though.
Yeah, he's got to res the Crisium. Is
So
he just trying to make him broke?
I think he's just trying to make him spend money, because he's only on 9, so that puts him back down to 6. And there is a Nisei in hand, unfortunately. Oh, no.
My goodness.
That's
And then runs the remote. And does he have enough now to res the Swordsman and what's behind it? So he hits the Swordsman. Pops our friend Faust. And I think we saw him discard a Faust earlier, so... Okay.
Wow.
So keeps him out. That's just enough.
Just bankrupt.
the hair on his little chinny chin.
That
I like
is
it.
huge.
I like it.
And actually, and now that it's up and rezzed, I don't know, have we seen anything that can actually get Patrick into that remote at this point?
No, we haven't.
Because
There
it's
was a
just
corroder.
Eater and
There was
there
a
is a corroder.
corroder.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right, yes.
Oh, there was, because alt art.
So he could drop the corroder,
Okay.
eat the net damage, get in,
And
no
then
problem.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Croder, I don't remember seeing the building.
yeah.
I know it's not supposed to be a building, but it's a building.
Yeah.
It looks like what's that breakout or super
Yeah.
breakout?
Pinball about David's watching pinballs at it.
I think it looks like just a skyscraper kind of abstracted.
Ooh, and just having to take 3 credits the hard way.
Yeah. And now that is
I always say credit is not that bad a move, of course.
No. If the board is not swinging away from you,
It's one of my first beginner tips, I say. It's like, if you're sitting there going, I have no money, I have to start digging for cards. It's like, no, don't do that.
take money first.
Sam.
You can take money.
He's sad because that drip off that sales team is down, but at least he's getting a credit off his
Okay,
idea
so
return.
He uses Eater to break the Lotus Field and Archives, doesn't access, but it still lets him play a DLR. So that is back, and Aaron just does not have the money to take care of this because he'd have to knock the fall guy first, which actually he's going for
You
it.
have to have a successful run on a central for DLR?
So it's still
Yeah,
successful,
he
you
did it
just
on
don't
Archives,
access cards
right.
with Eater.
Oh, with Eater. I'm sorry, he used Eater.
Yes.
My bad.
Now, in theory, he should have flipped over the cards.
That's true.
He doesn't get to
That's
access
true.
them, but he gets to see them.
That's true.
Yeah, that's probably where I got confused there.
Yeah.
I used the Eater there.
Yeah.
My bad.
But here's the thing: he's sitting there with that agenda in that remote.
Yeah, we know where it is.
Oh, this is rough.
He's had to float it for 3 turns now.
There's no way he can get in at the moment. I mean,
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's
Oh,
not
Fall Guys
threatened
for money.
right at the moment,
So that he can deja vu.
and he's behind. You have to play your game.
Yeah, you've got to just find it out. Okay.
You can't just scramble for scrambling's
Yeah.
sake. But now that Corroder comes out, and
So
suddenly,
deja vu's for the Croder. You don't care about the net damage.
suddenly things are not as good.
But it's going to cost him 2 to get through.
Yeah, he'll have to
Enough
take a
for
net.
one reasonable side game, and that's it.
Yeah,
Well, Eater dies.
yeah. Eater is gonna die here.
I mean, he goes to Swordsman and Eater dies. That's
Takes the ping. Eater goes down. Hopefully,
Yeah, why is...
and then we side game.
whoa.
And I guess we have a misplay.
they forgot about Eater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it.
No,
ended up mattering
unless
long.
I missed.
Yeah, all right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they would have caught it if the game had continued, but Patrick wins the side game.
Yeah.
Steals Nisei number 3, and that is
That's
just
it.
rough. Aaron just, after trashing everything out, just didn't have the economy left. And like you were saying, compared to ETF where you have, the campaigns to get you back in the game, once you've blown your burst econ as Pālanā, it's just gone.
All right. Well fought. I mean,
Yeah.
he hung in that game.
That is true.
Very well.
That
for
game-
that early keyhole start.
Went a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So
Yeah, as soon as that keyhole at the table, it's like,
Yeah. Well played by both guys. The dice get dumped on the table. And we'll be moving on to the 5th and final round of Swiss coming up soon. So we'll be seeing you guys in just a little bit. Thanks for watching.
Take it easy.